Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spurs Up Show, the best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. Today is Wednesday, October the 28th, 2020. On today's show, no best bet today because South Carolina on a bye week, but we are talking gambling here on a Wednesday. I'll give my SEC gambling picks. We're sitting at 500 right now, looking to have a big week this week. Got a great slate of games, including LSU Auburn. That's a big one. Missouri Florida, as Florida comes off of their quarantine due to COVID. A packed slate of games this week as I look to improve my record and win you guys some money. Before we get into everything, this is a podcast sent to you by our friends over at Upstate Movers Group. Guys, Upstate Movers Group, superior moving service. They bring care and attention other companies can't offer because they're just too busy maintaining trucks and profiting off of them instead of focusing on service. Service, guys, is what separates Upstate Movers Group from the rest. So, guys, they're not a trucking company. They're a moving services company. They're also employee-owned co-op. Their movers are paid twice the industry average, and everyone on the crew is just as invested in the success of the project as you are. They have dedicated professional crew members, and they offer black glove service as well. Now, what that means, they offer end-to-end packing services, custom crating, and packaging for special items and cleaning services as well. By the way, guys, they were founded by Greenville natives and University of South Carolina alumni. So Gamecock supporting Gamecocks. They are a Gamecock alumni-owned and operating business. They also offer 20 years of project management and moving experience, and they can offer logistics and solutions that traditional moving companies simply don't have the skills for. Guys, you can check them out at upstatemoversgroup.com. That is upstatemoversgroup.com. Also find them on social media at Upstate Movers Group. Be sure to give them a follow, give them a like. Again, if you have any moving needs, especially if you're in the Upstate, be sure to contact Upstate Movers Group. Again, founded by South Carolina alumni, Gamecocks helping Gamecocks. We love to see it. Check them out, upstatemoversgroup.com. That's upstatemoversgroup.com, and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. The show is also brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie. Guys, MyBookie, between the NFL, college ball, and MLB playoffs, there is no shortage of games to watch, and with thousands of lines available on all your favorite sports and events, you can turn your game day into payday with MyBookie. Listen, if you're the type of guy who likes to back the big favorites, consider putting a couple in a parlay for a much bigger payout. Not only, guys, do parlays make meaningless games exciting, but more importantly, they give you a chance to turn ordinary bets into a real moneymaker. And guys, of course, don't forget the underdogs. They have a ton of value. And the thing, if you're betting NFL football, even college football, the thing about that is that underdogs, they're never really dogs, right? Any given day, any given Saturday, any given Sunday, especially true in football. Hey, UFC as well. Any given day, somebody can win the fight. Everybody truly has a chance to win, and you do as well. Game spreads, championship futures, and player prop bets. It's never too late to get on the action, start turning your sports knowledge into actual cash in your wallet. Guys, you can sign up at MyBookie, and when you do, go to mybookie.ag. That's mybookie.ag, and use the promo code Gamecocks. Again, mybookie.ag, promo code Gamecocks, to claim a deposit match, dollar for dollar, all the way up to $1,000. Guys, it's a bonus designed to give you a little help and a head start in your winning season. That's, again, mybookie.ag, promo code Gamecocks. They're going to match your first deposit up to $1,000 in a free play. So that means if you put in $1,000, guess what? They are going to give you a kicker of $1,000 as a free play. You cannot beat that deal. So again, that's over at mybookie.ag, promo code Gamecocks. Mybookie.ag, promo code Gamecocks for you to claim your bonus when you make your deposit. Stacked UFC cards, presidential prop bets, all the major sports, and more. Sign up today to begin your winning season exclusively at MyBookie. Let's get it. Happy Wednesday. I'm Chris Phillips, host of the Spurs Up Show. As always, Appreciate you guys tuning in. We do have a packed show. We're talking gambling, of course, on this Wednesday. But first things first, guys, truly do appreciate you taking time out of your day to tune in. One thing I do really want to say really quickly, and I guess we'll put it part of the housekeeping items, whatever, but one thing I do want to say, truly appreciate everyone that has been tuning into the Daily Crow this week. And really, throughout the entire time we've been doing it, but especially this week, guys, the phone lines have been ringing off the hook. And I don't know if it's because you guys are just that upset because South Carolina lost to LSU, or if people are becoming more familiar with the fact that you can call in or whatever. But I'm having a blast with it. Honestly, it's going extremely well, and it's all thanks to you guys. So again, thank you so much for the love, support, tuning into the Daily Crow, and really consuming all of the content, sharing the content, liking the content, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for your support. And again, I hope you're all having a fantastic week. Hope you're all having a fantastic hump day, whether you're in the office, if you're off today, if you're on the way to work, home from work, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Wednesday. A couple of housekeeping items as always, guys. First things first, if you have not done so, take 5 seconds out of your day. Go leave 5 stars, whether it be on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. So it's not Google Play anymore. It's Google Podcasts, by the way. So if you're on that, I'm sure you already knew that. But again, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. I got to get it right myself. Go leave a 5-star review. Leave your thoughts, your feedback, things you like, things you don't like, you want to hear more of, less of, whatever it may be. Go leave that review. It helps boost up the show. The goal is to hit 500 by end of season. We got to get this thing rolling. We are creeping close to 350, but I want to get to 500 by end of season. Let's make it happen, guys. If you have not done so, go leave a review. Also, if you're tuned in and you're not subscribed, not sure what you're doing, hammer that subscribe button on all the platforms I just mentioned, also on social media. Be sure you're following. And if you're listening and you are not subscribed to our YouTube page, please do me the favor. Go hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We're almost at 900 subscribers, trying to hit that 1,000 mark. I'm trying to hit 1,000. Would love your help in that regard. So again, if you haven't done so, rate, subscribe. If you already have, thank you so much. Also, this is tentative, but I want to let you guys know I'm thinking no Friday show this week. Was actually thinking about doing no Thursday show as well, but decided I am going to do a show tomorrow, but I think no Friday show. Obviously, there's no game this weekend. Normally on Fridays, I give my prediction. If something happens this week or if something strikes my mind to where, hey, I want to talk about this, we may do a Friday show. That's why I'm saying it's tentative, but just for now, I would say probably no Friday show due to it being the bye week. And again, really not a lot to discuss going into the open date, but just to let you guys know, I know you guys are flexible. I know you guys kind of rolled the punches, so I do appreciate it. But just kind of let you know where my head's at. May not have a Friday show this week. So also go leave your questions and comments for the Thursday show because obviously, again, we are on a bye week. And I'd love to kind of get you guys' thoughts at the halfway point of the season. If you have grades for the season thus far, things you want to see improve and fixed, whatever it may be, whatever your comments, your thoughts are at the halfway point, would love you guys to leave the feedback there. Because that's what I'll be talking about on Thursday, really, is breaking down the first half of the season. So, again, appreciate the love, support. Appreciate you guys interacting. Before we get into everything with the SEC gambling picks, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Yardware because today's show is brought to you by Yardware. Guys, Yardware is a veteran-owned and operating company licensed by the University of South Carolina, selling must-have Carolina yard and wall signs. So these signs, they're made out of 12-gauge laser-cut steel. They are extremely high quality. I know when you hear an ad like this and you go look at the product, you may think to yourself, oh, is it flimsy? Is it, what is it made of? These things are extremely high quality. Again, made out of 12-gauge laser-cut steel, and they come in both garnet and black as well. Guys, football season's in full swing. Can you believe football season's halfway over, by the way? It's literally halfway over. It makes me sad just thinking about it. But football season is still in full swing. Christmas is right around the corner. The holidays are coming up. You can order yours today. This is a must-have for any Gamecock fan. Get it for yourself. Get it for your friends, your family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. If they are a Gamecock fan, they are going to love this gift. And again, it's priced very fairly at $34.95. You could not ask for a better price for such a high-quality piece that you can put anywhere. Literally, I have mine in my studio, but you can put yours in your studio, your office, your man cave, your living room. You can obviously put it in your yard. This thing can go anywhere. It's an awesome piece and a must-have for any Gamecock fan. Again, you can order yours today at yardwaresigns.com. That is yardwaresigns.com. Also, they are on social media, so be sure to check them out at Yardware Signs. Again, they're also founded by Gamecock alumni, which, again, I feel like I need to mention that because That's a big deal. Like I said earlier with Upstate Movers Group, Gamecocks helping Gamecocks, the guys who created Yardwear signs, who created Yardwear, they are South Carolina alumni. So Gamecocks helping Gamecocks. Again, that's yardwearsigns.com, yardwearsigns.com, and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sends you. All right, like I said, it is Wednesday. We have no best bet this week due to South Carolina being off, but we still have a full, and I mean a full slate of games to talk about with the SEC gambling picks. So your boy went 2-2 last week. We now sit at 15-15 overall. We've really had a solid season outside of the atrocious week I had last week where I literally went over. If I just wouldn't have went over, we'd be sitting pretty nicely. But we're not. We're 15-15 overall right now. We need to have a big week. I feel good about this slate of game, these picks. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. We're going to start in Lexington, Georgia, traveling to Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Georgia, a 14.5-point favorite, over-under set at 42.5. Kentucky coming off a really, really disappointing loss at Missouri. Here's the thing in this game. I would not touch the spread. Kentucky has seemed to give Georgia a little bit of fits here and there over the last couple of years, so that 14.5 feels kind of big, but Georgia, I think, is a much better football team than Kentucky. I look at the defenses in this game. Georgia, I don't have to explain. They are elite on the defensive side of the ball. They are one of the best, if not the best, in the entire country. And then Kentucky, even with the struggles they've had this year, it hasn't been defensively. It's been more so offensively where they had the struggle. So I know the 42.5 is low. Vegas is begging you to take the over, hammer the under in this game. This will be a low-scoring game. I do think Georgia will win. I don't know if they cover 14.5, but Kentucky will not be able to move the ball against that Georgia defense. And I think Kentucky is respectable on defense where they'll be able to hold their own, especially with Georgia trying to figure things out with Stetson Bennett, who is their quarterback. What can they really do offensively? So I think this one's going to be a ground and pound kind of sloppy game, if you will, and the under 42.5 will cash in Lexington. Let's move to the Plains. LSU, the team South Carolina just played, at Auburn. LSU a 3.5-point favorite, over and set at 64.5. I'm not sure if you guys saw when this line opened, I believe Auburn was like a 2 or 3 point favorite, which, hey, if you got it at LSU +2, by God, you are lucky. That's a fantastic line. I'm kind of spoiling where I'm going with this pick, but that line opening up at Auburn -2, I don't know what the odds makers were thinking. Again, the game is in Auburn. I totally understand that, but Auburn coming off a win at Ole Miss, but they've looked terrible this season. I mean, they have looked at probably should be 1-4 on the season. You look at LSU on the other hand, extremely talented. They flex their muscles against South Carolina. I wonder what the quarterback situation will be like, if they're going to stick with TJ Finley or if they're going to give Miles Brennan back his job. Either way, I think LSU is just far more talented and they're a better football team. I've got LSU covering the 3.5. Again, I don't want to overreact to what LSU did against South Carolina because, again, it's South Carolina and whatever. But the Gamecocks beat that Auburn team. So I think LSU will be able to have their way against the Auburn Tigers. Give me LSU to cover -3.5. They get a big double-digit win over Auburn. Let's move to Ole Miss at Vandy. Ole Miss -17.5, over-under set at 63.5. You take a look at these two teams. Vandy is abysmal. We all know that. They are probably the worst Power 5 team in the entire country. Ole Miss has been extremely up and down, extremely suspect. Lane Kiffin with his offense. I like the under 63.5 here. Listen, I know Ole Miss is very suspect defensively, but have you guys watched Vandy this year? How in the world is Vanderbilt going to score points, like at all in this scenario? So I like Ole Miss to win. I think they'll win big. I think they'll probably cover the 17.5-point spread. But to me, the under 63.5 just feels like stealing. You're basically telling me that Ole Miss could go out and win 42-20. And you're going to win the bet. There's no way this is that high scoring of a game. Give me under 63.5 in Nashville. Let's move to Mississippi State at Alabama. Bama, 31.5-point favorite, over under set at 63.5. Guys, someone very wise once told me, and I've said this many times on the show before, you don't get rich betting against Alabama, and I'm not betting against Alabama here. Bama is going to roll in this one. Mississippi State is still figuring things out with Mike Leach and that air raid offense. Give me Alabama -31.5. I know the line is huge. I know that spread is huge, but Mac Jones, I know they just lost Jalen Waddle, but Mac Jones, what they're doing offensively, Mississippi State will not be able to stop that. Bama is going to beat the living hell out of Mississippi State at home. Bama covers the 31.5. Let's move to Arkansas at Texas A&M. The Gamecocks opponent next weekend. A&M a 12.5-point favorite, over under set at 55.5. Straight to it, guys. I'm taking the under 55.5 in this one. A&M still kind of figuring things out offensively. I think Sam Pittman will have Arkansas ready to go. I don't think Arkansas is ready to beat a team like Texas A&M yet, but they have been very hot and cold. But I think Arkansas is going to muddy this one up. I have a feeling Arkansas will muddy this one up, make it closer than it probably should be, and I think it'll be a lower scoring game than people are expecting. Give me the under 55.5 in this ball game. Finally, Missouri at Florida, heading down to Gainesville, Florida, a 13.5-point favorite, over-under set at 61.5. I mean, guys, when's the last time Florida played a football game? Was it when they played South Carolina? It's been forever since Florida has been on the field. Missouri, by the way, coming off a big win against Kentucky at home. Again, now they got to travel to Gainesville. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this series has been incredibly close for whatever reason. As far as like the amount of wins, how many times each team has won, I think it's like split down the middle since Mizzou joined the SEC. I think Mizzou is going to give Florida all they can handle. Again, Florida not having played in a few weeks. Yeah, you would think they're rested up and stuff, but they've been dealing with this COVID stuff. And how sharp is Florida going to be coming off of a 2-week, 3-week hiatus? Give me Mizzou. Mizzou under Eli Drinkwitz is believing in each other. They're believing in Drinkwitz. They're believing in his systems. I think they'll play a really, really good game. I'm not saying they're going to win the game straight up, but Mizzou plus 13.5, and I don't think that's going to be the popular pick. I might be by myself on that one, but I like Mizzou. I don't think Mizzou gets blown out in this one. I think they're going to give Florida all they can handle. And again, the Gators are not going to be quite themselves coming off of that long hiatus. Give me Missouri to cover the plus 13.5. So again, going down the list of picks here in case you missed them. Georgia at Kentucky, we've got the under 42.5. LSU at Auburn, we've got LSU covering minus 3.5. Ole Miss at Vandy, we've got the under 63.5. Mississippi State at Bama, we've got Bama minus 31.5. Arkansas at A&M, we've got the under 55.5. And then finally, Missouri taking on the Gators in Gainesville. I've got Mizzou plus 13.5. So, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. That's going to do it for me. Again, a shorter edition on this Wednesday because of no best bet for South Carolina. And also no Tuesday presser for Will Muschamp. So not a ton to get into here on this Wednesday. But the SEC gambling picks, go put them in, go lock them in, go to MyBookie, create your account, get your free play. We're 15-15 overall. We're at a crossroads. Something's got to give. I feel really, really good about this week, and I feel really, really good about these picks, guys. Do not miss out when we cash out. Again, guys, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you all tuning in. We will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much.